All right, good afternoon. Well, I don't know. What time does afternoon and evening start and end? Not really sure. All right, good evening, everybody. It's evening-ish. It's 4 o'clock as I'm recording this. All right, so we didn't do an episode last week. Um, so I've been having some troubles learning this next step, trying to really figure out and understand everything that's happening here. Um, I'm gonna just jump right into it. So this is our character that we have so far. We've spent quite a lot of time building this character. Um, so the next step is weight painting. Now, what that means is each one of these bones is responsible for a different. Man, this is gonna be another yawny episode. No one wants that. All right, so here we go. The problem that we've run into, well, I have run into, and this is pretty interesting. All the things that I feel like are going to be super easy, they end up being the absolute hardest, and the things that I think are going to be super hard turn out to be pretty easy. But I thought I understood weight painting pretty well according to some of the videos that I had watched. Um, but it's a little bit more difficult than I had originally anticipated. So, I'm going to jump right in, and I'm going to warn you guys right now that this is a buggy process. Um, I don't really have a great handle on it. But what it is each of these bones is now connected to the mesh. So if I move this around, you can see that the mesh is now moving with the bone. But you can also see the problem I'm having. See, because now if I switch to rendered view, wait, that's not rendered, is it? Yeah, that's rendered. Locked in, whatever. But you can see the bone is sticking out of the mesh, and that's no bueno. So the very first thing I did is oh wait, we need to go to object mode. So in object mode, you select your mesh, then select your skeleton, and hit Control P, and automatic paint. So I think that's what does it. Now if I come here to pose mode, so yeah, automatic painting gives you a very basic what do you call it? All right, let me start. What painting is, what I'm trying to do here is we have two separate objects right now. We have our skeletal system. Oops. We have our skeletal system. Whoops. And we have our mesh. So those are the two objects. Go to solid view. But those are two separate objects. You know, I can even do this. I'll open, yeah, let's just do that. All right, so, yeah, so there we go. So you have these two separate objects, and you need to explain to the computer how this object is supposed to affect this object. And that's the basics of what you want to know. It needs to know what you need it to do. So it needs to know that. So the way you do that is by weight painting. So what we're going to do, and again, this process that I'm about to show you, I have spent 2 weeks trying to figure out, and I gotta tell you, I don't have a handle on it. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, so let's get into this. I guess there's just nowhere better to start than to just start. So, to my understanding, um, you start in edit mode, and I don't know. This doesn't make this part. This is the part that doesn't make sense to me because you have to be in object mode and select your mesh. Then you go down to weight paint mode. So now you're in weight paint mode. And this is what you're supposed to see. But I don't understand how you're supposed to select different bones. Because they say, oh, click on this bone and then paint, and then click on this bone and paint. Well, if I, like I keep, the part that I'm struggling with here, people, is that I don't know how you're supposed to hold S. Yeah, you can't hold B for box select, nothing. Left click does that, or I mean, right click does that. So I mean, am I painting the whole thing and do this? But then if I do that, I go back to object mode and I hit the skeleton, I go to pose mode and I hit grab. You can see that my mesh is completely wrong. See, it's just, so I'm not sure what to do about that. I was hoping that I could do the episode today on some animation, and I mean, I guess I could. I mean, you can do some animation, but the mesh is just, it's just not there. So that's what I'm stuck with. I don't know, because maybe if I select this bone over here in edit mode, then I go to object mode, and then of course I hit my, what if I do this? Whoops. Nope, you can't go to paint mode with, what if I do this? Oops. Weight paint. Okay. So, I believe I have just discovered a thing. So let's test this. I'm going to paint this. Let's do, whoops. Come on. Why aren't you painting? Whoops. Huh. This one? So, while I'm talking to you guys, I may have figured out what's going on. I'm not sure. We are in a testing phase. Because, alright, the problem I was having is this bone is now highlighted. So maybe it's because I didn't have the mesh selected with the bone. I'm not 100% sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try doing this and undoing that pinky. I think that's a mistake that got made a while ago, and somehow I saved it. Alright, so let's do that and see what we got. Object mode. Let's do pose mode, grab. Yeah, see. Oops. There's something wrong here. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe something's wrong with the geometry. Let's go to edit mode. It doesn't look like anything's wrong with my geometry. Go back to weight paint mode. Okay, so how did I do this before? Object mode. Let's select our bones and then our mesh and then weight paint. There we go. So go here, all the way up. And then so what we're doing with this is teaching, oh my goodness, attempting to teach the computer or the program rather, what parts of the skin this this bone should control. So control. Okay, hey. All right, I have something to teach you. All right, so I figured it out. We got to go to open. Let's discard the changes. All right, so I have finally figured it out. The thing that I missed in all those videos. All right, so let's go back to the pinky since that was what we were having trouble with. Hi guys, welcome to the Pantheon of Apollo. My name's Apollo. Today's lesson is going to be weight painting because I just discovered it and I have it recorded. I had planned on doing a sad video about how I could not figure this out. I have spent 2 weeks working on this. Oh, that's a little crooked. That's okay. That's okay. So, what we've got, let's go to object mode. So you're going to want to start in object mode. Now you have your mesh, you have your bones. You select your bones and then you mesh. And then you go to weight paint. Weight paint mode. So now we are in weight painting mode. Now this is going to teach the computer. It works. This is going to teach the computer what parts of the mesh each bone controls. And you can see right now, I could probably get rid of that bone actually right there. It's probably pretty useless. But you can see right now that my weight paint is pretty messed up. It's pretty messed up. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. I'm not going to do everything on this episode because I want this to stay this sort of short, and I do have a bonfire to get to, but I'm pretty excited. Okay, so what you want to do, let's just go to object mode. In object mode, boom, startup screen. Here we go. So startup screen. Sort of. All right, so hi guys, my name is Apollo. All right, so startup screen. What you want to do is select your skeleton first, shift, and click your mesh. So now you have, okay, left click skeleton, hold shift, left click your mesh. Then we're going to weight paint mode. And voila. So now what you're going to do is you're going to teach the computer which bones control so what you do is hit control, hold down control, and it'll switch the bones. So you can see, so now this bone, if I wanted to do this, I should go to here. All right, so yeah, that's all. So the dark red is the areas where the bone will influence the most. So this obviously should be dark red. This should be all red. It shouldn't be yellow at all. Whoops. Oh, what the heck? Oh, I was pushing the wrong button. I always on my left hand because I'm on a laptop. I always there we go. I always end up hitting the cap locks key. And then so this is all you have to do. This is a tedious process. It takes quite a bit of time. Oops. Whoops. Shift Z. Shift Z. There. But it takes a lot of time to do. But eventually you, whoops, don't, dang it. I need to make that radius smaller. But eventually, there we go. And like I said, I'm not making this up. I just figured this out. Like just now on recording, I had planned on doing a recording. So we're going to hit control and click on this bone right here. And then we're going to let go of control to do our painting. And make it all red. And we don't want that. So I think what we have to do is stroke maybe? Nope. Oh no, it's right here. And hit subtract. And we can subtract. So if you accidentally, okay, so if you accidentally, oh, that works way better than draw. All right, so that works great for me. I hit add. I put this on add instead of draw, and it's working much better for me. But what I'm gonna do is go through my entire mesh, and let's say I'm over here and I'm da-da-da, and I accidentally paint this. Well, obviously I don't want my bones controlling that. So what you do is you go to subtract, and you can draw over everything you want to subtract from that bone. So now, if yeah, we don't want that. And what I'm doing, like I said, just keep going. I'm going to leave the video. And oh, I do have I guess an honorable mention for this video, which I wasn't prepared for because, again, I did not think that this video was about to happen. I did not believe that I would figure this out in any possible way. Royal Skies LLC is the hero of this particular okay, of this particular project, because not only is he hilarious, I love his videos, but it's really, he has a no nonsense approach. He just does his videos based solely on what you need. So if you want someone who's very quick to the point, no nonsense, no BS, his videos are the way to go. Like, on my videos, you'll find me rambling a little bit, a lot of it. Most of the video is actually me rambling nonsense. But it's okay. It's okay. Because through all the rambling, we learn. And today, come on, we learned some valuable stuff. Oh, you son of a monkey. There. So, again, control, click on the bone. You can see that this one controls too much. So, Royal Skies LLC, he said that when you're doing rigging and weight painting, you don't want to spend too much time on this part. You really just want to, he said 5 minutes, but, 5 minutes seems like a short amount of time considering how much there is to do, just completely do. I'm not even trying to be exact. And whoops. I'm not trying to do anything exact, and it's already, sheesh, a long process. But if you want to do weight painting, it's not, now that I understand what I'm doing, and I had this epiphany. One of the things I did want to talk about this is that do not get discouraged. I was getting extremely discouraged with this portion of the event, or this portion of the project. I mean, I didn't do a video last week. I just had a lot going on. I did get a little bit of practice time in. But I didn't really get any recording time. I was at the bank for quite a bit of the day in the morning last week on Saturday trying to get this loan for this house. And then what did I do? Oh, come on. I messed that up. Come on. Yeah, we don't want all that. Definitely don't want all that. Definitely don't want that. So I took a week off. I didn't have any quality stuff to bring to the table. I didn't have enough. Oosh, this is so. I guess that radius really does matter. So with that done, let's go back to object mode. Let's hit the skeleton. Let's go to pose mode, grab, and you can see that it's actually really smooth now. We can grab our hand. Let's do this. We can actually grab Y, rotate Y, nope, rotate X. There we go. Rotate Y, nope, rotate Z. There we go. And so now what I can do, just for my dad, um, and okay, my camera's going a little wonky. Rotate Y. Grab Y? No. But anyway, so that's what the lesson's going to be, is the weight painting. I'm going to continue to work on my weight paint, and I'll do another episode. I don't know, at some point, about how to fix stuff like this, because I think I know how to fix that. But I just, this video is already going to be pretty long, even edited down, because I'm pretty happy with what we figured out today, guys. It's not exactly what we set out to do, but it's a big accomplishment. So we have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of painting to do. So until next time, guys, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the support and patience. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on the PlayStation Network, where I sometimes play Elder Scrolls Online. I just haven't had a lot of time lately. I'll be moving soon, so the schedule might get a little bit more erratic, but I promise you, once the move is over, there will be a lot more content to happen. So until next time, guys, thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you guys on the next episode.